What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Circus. Today we're going to another live duel video. On the left side here we have Labyrinth. This is the IKEA build. Dan's piloting it. We saw his deck profile yesterday, I believe. Yesterday we did see his deck profile. That's right. And he's gonna be facing up against Andrew playing dinosaurs. Actually he's on Swordsoul this time. My bad. He's proud to build dinosaurs for the upcoming format. Really enjoying that new Xenoblade stuff. But he is on the dinos today. A very powerful rogue deck, and I can't believe how cheap they made this deck. If you buy Wild Survivors, just a singular box can practically get you like the whole Dino Fury structure deck essentially. I remember when this deck was like playable right out, like you could buy 3 of it and just pretty much play just from the box. It won like an Australian regional at one point way back in the day, but yeah, now it's super cheap. The only card you're missing out of that would be Pankratops, and that card's like dirt cheap as well. But before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe, and well, let's see what we got. We see a Moyi being normal summoned here, with the Swordsoul winning the die roll here. Going to be revealing, and then being able to summon itself out the token. And then we're going to synchro summon away into the Chiza, activating the effect, searching, and then drawing. We're going to search for the blackout here, so maybe we already have the Longyon. We're going to see a Pot of Desires here. Maybe just trying to search for whatever, or maybe some more hand traps and not wanting to hit that blackout. But it's going to get hit with Ash Blossom there. We did see a Vishuda in there as well as another Ash. We're going to be seeing a set one and a pass turn there. We also saw a Dark Ruler in the hands there of the Swordsoul player. So maybe a going second more build, or maybe instead of hand traps, he's going to play some board breakers. Interesting that we chose that as our end board there. I feel like going for a Baron would probably be a little bit better here. We're going to see the Chandelier here going to pitch itself, and the Lovely to be able to set a trap, I believe. Which is going to be setting the Welcome Labyrinth. I think that was. I didn't get a quite clear look. It's either Welcome or Big Welcome. I do know the difference now, though. We do see an Extrav in the hand, so this was obviously done not during the main phase, but during the draw phase or the standby. Being able to activate those effects are pretty crazy. We're going to be seeing the Extravagance shuffle up here, and I believe he's probably going to go for 6. And do we see any of the big hitters? I know he's playing 3 Chaos Angel. Didn't see any of his facial reactions there. I guess you guys can't see the facial reactions anyways, but we are going to be seeing an Ash Blossom hit that Extrav, so not even able to draw anyways. Extrav is pretty crazy as a card. Even like Prosperity is like searching 6 of your deck, which is essentially like just another whole hand. Makes like the cards that you see are going to be pretty huge here. We're going to be able to activate and summon out Lovely. Or that's Lady, my bad. Summon out the Lady here. He pitched Lovely earlier because of a Labyrinth effect has been activated. I believe it has a summon in defense position. So his attack should not be able to go through here. But we are going to be seeing a little bit of a misplay there. They're going to be normal summon out the Ariana after they beat over, in the main phase 2. But that shouldn't have happened. So Shishao should have been able to negate the Ariana. Then we're going to activate the effect, searching for the Coup Clock. And they're going to be activating the Coup Clock here to be able to activate the Welcome Labyrinth, Big Welcome Labyrinth there. And then it's going to be able to summon back and bounce. And here we're explaining what the Labyrinth cards pretty much do, with the IKEA build there. I don't really know how good it is. We're going to be seeing Lovely being summoned out onto the field, and then we're going to be most likely bouncing back. Yeah, I feel like you can just bounce whatever you want. They're going to be setting the D barrier here. It pretty much is OTKs versus Swordsoul. And then they can summon out the Lovely, and they're going to bounce back the Ariana to the hand so they can do it for the next time. And then because a trap effect is activated, I think they can add back the Coup Clock, or the Chandelier. I'm not that too familiar with the IKEA build. I was watching them play, and I haven't got to play against it. I played against it once, but I haven't really got to experience it very much. But we're going to be seeing the blackout being popped there, and then they'll be able to activate. You're going into the draw phase here, main phase, activating Dark Ruler no more. And here they're thinking if they're going to chain anything to this. They can possibly just go D-Barrier and then activate the effect of Lovely, but we're going to be seeing an Ecclesia being special summoned onto the field, activating the effect. Here I think that we're going to be seeing the Labyrinth player probably try to make them go for the synchro, and then as soon as the synchro, as soon as Taya activates here, making that token, they're going to hit them with the D-Barrier because they can't do anything without that token. There's no way they're just letting this go through. We're going to see 2 tokens being made here because of the blackout token off of the Taya banish. You definitely flip up the D-Barrier here. There's no way you don't. Yeah, you flip up D-Barrier every single time here. There's no way. They have 1 card in hand. There's no possible combination of 1 cards that can really do anything to this. I'm not really sure what's taking so long to think here. We're going to see Chandelier effect activate instead, pitching the Ariana itself, and Ariana, I should say. We also see Nibiru in his deck as well. That's an interesting thing here. Looks like they're thinking about adding setting the field spell here. I wasn't sure that I was able to do that. That's pretty cool. Being able to set your field spell off of the little guys. I didn't know that. And then they're going to activate the D-Barrier here, and they're going to be able to add back the Coup Clock there. They won't get that much resources out of it because, the two lady, or the lady and the lovely, are both negated right now due to Dark Ruler no more, but here we have, I think we have 1 card in hand. Oh, we have 2 cards in hand. Okay. So I'm going to tribute summon for Vessel here, but they already summoned off of I guess they didn't summon normal summon because they special summoned out Ecclesia, and so Ecclesia got out the Taya. We're going to see the big welcome bounce back the Vishuda there, and then we're going to be seeing the Taya go battle phase, and then it's going to die. I'm not quite sure why they. Oh, I guess that way the main phase they can summon back out the Vishuda. That makes sense. We're going to see the Vishuda summoned out, or let's say Adhara summoned out there, and then we're going to be linking off into the monk. We're going to activate Vishuda from the hand, pitching itself to the graveyard, and then it's going to be sending the lady to the. I'm just going to bounce the lady back to the hand. I would have chose Lovely there because, Lovely is a brick. And then we're going to activate the Adhara, add back the Vishuda, and simply going to be passing on that, where they're going to activate the lady to summon itself out because a trap effect was activated this turn. Definitely a little bit of a misplay there, but if you haven't played against Labyrinth, it can be quite difficult. A lot of these cards do seem like they snowball into a lot of stuff, especially how much the IKEA stuff just adds back from the graveyard continuously, it seems like. They do have to pitch too, but it doesn't really make a difference when they're essentially going +2 every turn, setting whatever trap they want from their graveyard or from their deck. And when they can just loop the D-Barrier into a deck like Swordsoul or Branded, it's pretty much game over if they go first. And even if they go second now, they have those IKEA stuff, which definitely can help out. But here we're going to be seeing an OTK here, summoning out Lady, and then another lady, as well as the Ariana. That's going to be enough damage to kill here. We did forget that, lady summons herself out in defense. If she summoned herself in attack, it would be absolutely busted, but that is definitely a little misplay there on the parts of the Labyrinth player. So yeah, if you're watching this, Dan, you have to remember to summon itself in defense. That'd be crazy. I couldn't imagine, being able to summon itself out randomly, then just attacking a monster is just huge. Yeah, it'd be pretty busted if that was the case. But moving on to game 2 here, we're going to be seeing that Swordsoul is going to be able to go first. I wonder how much side decking like hate they have. So when you're playing as a trap deck and you're going first, it's interesting how you side deck. Like I personally, I still put in my Cosmics, my Twins, whatever, as well as a Duster that I'm playing. You're not going to play your Evenly Matches, your Lightning Storms, and stuff like that. But like, what do you side out? Like obviously, you're not going to keep Dark Ruler. You are in a better position if you're playing like some of the Judgment cards, or I guess the Solemn cards. Not a lot of people are playing Strike right now, so I can't see them, putting that in. But that could come up, with a lot of decks. I remember like when Zoo format was a thing, when Dread became unbanned, hopefully she'll be unbanned next list. People were playing Strike, and it was like, it's just a simpler time, right? Strike is still a very good card. It's just a 1-for-1 at this point. But if you just strike like a really good effect, like we could see striking a Kuklok or the Stovey Tovey or whatever you guys want to activate, I guess, hitting that with a strike feels great. But here we're going to be seeing these Swordsoul players going to be going first here. There's no way they let the opponent go first. Okay, we're going to be seeing them activate the Chandelier here. They're going to set a big welcome. And this is the part of the IKEA build, being able to play during your opponent's turn. And they actually let the Labyrinth player go first. Maybe they're going to hope to open a bunch of hand traps. That's pretty crazy. I can't imagine. Maybe they only have like Duster, and they have like Lightning Storms and Evenly Matches. Maybe just trying to go for like you wouldn't imagine making them go first. So we're gonna see the Extravagant go off, drawing 2 cards, and maybe you're thinking that there's gonna be floodgates, right? You're gonna set your floodgates and stuff like that, and we do see them brick. They have Ash, Nib, I think Stovey. And yeah, they're just going to pass on this. So it did obviously work a little bit in their favor here. We're going to summon out the Adhara, so none of the Lightning Storms or the Evenly Matches here. Going for the Monk here. They're going to activate the Vishuddha, banishing itself to bounce the Big Welcome. The Big Welcome is going to be chained here. It's interesting that we don't special summon out the Vishuddha, link it off for a Monk, and then use it in the graveyard. But I guess maybe we're trying to reserve the Monks for future if they get bounced or popped. And you can't do very much with a link. Like one, I guess you could link away for Shaman and then do stuff with that. But we're going to see Big Welcome going to be summoning out the Ariana. And then bounce back the Ariana, I believe. Yeah, we're going to choosing Lady instead, so that Lady can be, special summoned, later that turn. Very, very nice, protecting its life points, I guess. And then it'll go to the graveyard because it was trying to bounce back. Then we're going to be able to activate the Chandelier to add back to hand. We can still activate the effect, which is kind of busted here. Then we're going to be adding back the Vishuddha off the Adhara by banishing it. We're going to activate the Long Young, pitching the Vishuddha here. This is another interesting thing. It doesn't really make any sense to me that you wouldn't just pitch the Vishuddha. and then just activate it in graveyard for the long yawn. Like now you're just burning another. You're essentially burning the the Vishuda itself, and then we're going to be seeing a Magnemite being chained here um, to the Vishuda. Interesting. Maybe, trying to stop a Taya from happening. And when we synchro off into a Baron de Fleur, we're going to be taking 1200 off the Long Yon, because why not? All these cards do 2 stuff now. And then we're going to activate the effect of Baron popping the Magnemite here. They're going to go battle phase, or they're going to think here, and they're going to end up Nibiruing here. They're going to be chaining the Baron de Fleur to negate this. Was this? Yeah, this is more than. So we had definitely, there's 2 summons for Monk, and then 2 summons for the token, and then this is summon number 5. So they are going to be Baron negating this. And then they're going to go battle phase, attack with both of them, and then set 1 card and pass. Not even activating the lady. And I guess you don't want to get your lady to be attacked. And then I'm going to go end phase, search for the Druid's Worm here. We did set 1 card. Potentially a blackout with that Monk there. Could be very nice, being able to pop those back row cards. We're going to be seeing Stovey being activated, pitching the Chandelier here during the end phase. We still have Ash Blossom and the Druid's Worm here. We're going to be chaining the Druid's Worm as well, getting rid of that Nibiru most likely, and be activating the Lady here. So summoning with the Lady, summoning with Druid's Worm here, and then we'll be able to set a big Welcome Labyrinth from the deck. And I think they didn't add Ariana, right? So they're gonna be top decking this. This is all during the they have to set the big welcome here. So I thought they were going second, so they don't have a lot of their good traps, because they want to swap those out for hand traps in this build. So we see that it did pave off a little bit. They are going to be on the engine. And they're going to draw for turn here, and I think they have Lovely in their hand as well. I did forget that, Lady, I guess that doesn't really matter if Lady summons herself in defense right now, because during the main phase here, you could just switch it to attack position, so it's practically the same. We're going to be seeing Welcome Labyrinth being activated here. They already have Build Welcome in graveyard, so they don't need to put it onto the field as well. You don't want that bounce back, but we have the Lovely being summoned. I think I also saw Dogmatica Punishment as well in the deck. Being able to send the Shureg, and then, being able to dump the Garua to draw a card and pop anything that's like 35 is kind of crazy. And then we're going to be seeing the big Welcome Labyrinth being banished to activate its effects here. And it's going to be bouncing back the Monk. Bouncing back the Monk. You don't want to give them another Baron, so. And then Lovely will be able to set a D barrier. So we do have some other stuff here, being able to stop that crackback. And this looks like it's going to be the Labyrinth player's game here. That powerful grind that we see is just way too strong. They're able to add back, and they had the evenly match. I guess 1 card's not really worth it. They're gonna be able to summon out the Stovey, and they can sync. There's no way Stovey is a tuner, but with Chaos Angel, you can synchro off away into a Fiend with no using of a tuner, which is kind of disgusting. So we're going to be seeing the big welcome being set here. And they're going to be synchro summoning away with a 2 and an 8 for a Chaos Angel. And this is insane. And then it's going to be able to, banish the Baron de Fleur. And that's going to be enough for game. And we're going to be seeing Labyrinth taking this 2-0 with that IKEA build. Building up that board and taking the win here. We did see a little bit of misplays there with the forgetting to summon in defense position. But, he had the game regardless. But Hope you guys enjoyed the video there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Peace.